The telcos, AT&T, Century Link, and all the telcos are trying to solve this problem for their customers by providing a sort of managed chaos solution where it's the same exact chaos, they're trying to manage it. The trouble with that is you can't stay agile because a lot of these carriers, they don't own or control these platforms under the hood. So they're not part of Cisco or Fortinet or Palo Alto. So they have to resort to a ticket-based system for change control. So they might be able to provide some transparency to their customers, but they can't provide real-time change control because they have to control the architecture themselves. And in some cases, when the customer asks for something to be done, they're not sure how to do it, so they have to ask Cisco or Fortinet or Palo Alto.
What's an example of real-time change control? What would need to be changed on the fly like that?
Sure. So a new work group is emerging. New users need to be added to the architecture. There's an application like YouTube that had been forbidden by the enterprise, but it actually is needed now by these marketing people. So if you have to create those types of policy changes in the architecture, most IT people, they want to do it now. They want to be able to do it on their own time. They don't want to issue a ticket to a provider and have to wait for 8 hours or 2 days or however long that turnaround time is. So if you think of a big, global provider, a carrier like,
let's go with AT&T,
the Ma Bell type of companies, if they provide a managed Cisco solution for their customer, they have to lock their customer out of those appliances. If they give them full control, they can't segment the network properly and keep that customer segmented away from all their other customers, for example.
Is it kind of like a multi-tenant type? Like for UCAS, a big multi-tenant Cisco phone system, like they're just hanging different companies and users out there kind of doing the same thing. So and
if it's cloud delivered, it's much easier to segment in that manner. So each customer gets control over their own instance.
Gotcha. So not to throw any providers under the bus, but AT&T with VeloCloud, is that a good example of this where they're not able to give their customers full access to the GUI to make real-time changes because they're not able to segment their customers from?
Partially true. With some of the aspects of, say, an AT&T VeloCloud solution, they can give the customer control. The trouble that we've seen with customers, as they've told us, with VeloCloud in particular, as well as a number of SD-WAN solutions, they don't go far enough in the security realm. So AT&T might actually be able to give them a very nice full change control for their networking, so they can control where users can go once they're on the corporate network. But from a security policy perspective, Velo doesn't provide all those aspects. So a different solution like Zscaler or Palo Alto has to get involved. And typically there's an appliance that has to be put in by AT&T somewhere as a managed service. And they can't give the customer control of that. So they have to rely, again, on this ticket-based policy change control format, which, again, reduces agility. And then you have the distinction between the Velo and networking solution and the security solution, which are two different things. They're not fully woven together in the same code base. So as the needs of users and the enterprise continues to change, you have to make changes in multiple places, which again increases the level of chaos. So this new SASE, Secure Access Service Edge architecture, as described by Gartner, simplifies all of that.